late morning, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Tuesday. Hit the snooze button this morning. That's what the app's for. Obviously, the forecast was out, and most locations kind of knew what was headed their direction, and so decided to kind of take the morning off to get a little bit of sleep. We were up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning watching storms as they moved through the Mississippi Valley. A lot of areas seeing some beneficial rain. We'll get to some of that in just a minute. I wanted to start, obviously, it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and travel will start to increase. A lot of folks probably heading out early today, or if not, they're preparing for tomorrow. By the way, today's forecast made possible by ServPro. Water or fire damage, mold, storm repair, call or click servpro.com today. Airport delays across the region, and really we start across the nation, and again, most airports seem to be running smoothly. The only one that I do want to draw attention to is O'Hare, because that's probably the only one that I would imagine that a lot of folks from this area are really flying and connecting to with any kind of frequent basis. And O'Hare's departure delays are increasing up about 40 minutes. Obviously, it's not going to impact you if you're flying immediately out of our area, but again, if you're catching a flight here soon or later today and you connect out of O'Hare, be aware of that. Or if you have family coming in and they are connecting in O'Hare, they may be running into a O'Hare situation. Anyway, here's a look at airport delays regionally, and I need a laughter track because sometimes you just need that encouragement. Nothing happening here locally. Check the visible satellite, and again, we're still dealing with the last of the cloud cover, wraparound cloud cover from the big storm system that brought the rain last night and this morning, but the rain is pretty much gone, and I would expect the cloud cover to continue to thin out as we head through the remainder of the afternoon. Thunderstorms aplenty for our area yesterday, but now most of that is flushed off to the east. We did not see a single tornado warning in our area last night and this morning. We had one just to our west across portions of Red River and Natchitoches parishes, just to our west. And then early this morning at about 2 o'clock, we had a tornado warning in Hinds and Rankin counties just east of our coverage area. In fact, as the storm moved out of Warren County, a tornado warning was tripped with that, and then they had several across eastern Mississippi and southeastern Louisiana this morning. But again, the check of the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. BrownsRoofingLA.com. Schedule your free roof inspection now. May need one after the heavy rainfall yesterday, especially if you had any leaks or cracks or anything like that. May want to get those checked out. But again, the rain has wrapped up and should be gone for at least the short term. Janice, good late morning to you. And again, appreciate everybody that was just kind of staying up to date with the information. There was a lot of interaction, folks commenting and sharing and posting the videos yesterday, so everybody was really in tune with what was going on, and that's the whole point of this platform, is to be available when we need to be available for those more impactful severe systems. This wasn't a severe storm system by definition for much of the area. There were only a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings, I think only actually 2, but we had a lot of heavy rainfall. These are unofficial rain totals, of course. In fact, let me pull up some more official-ish rain totals across the area. Some of the rain totals from yesterday, ULM finished with almost exactly 2 inches of rain, 2.009. Eris, almost 2.5. Colfax, 1.17. Dubach at 1.825. Homer at 1.2. Farmerville at almost 2.5. Marouge at a little over 2. Winfield at 1.2, and then I had a rain gauge from a buddy Mike in Frenchman's Bend. I think he said 3.5. So there was obviously storm-driven rains, varied wildly depending on location. I know folks in El Dorado are going, we got way more than an inch of rainfall yesterday. And again, it just depends on location. A lot of these are radar estimates. Susie, good morning to you. Just over 3 inches of rain just southeast of Monroe. I believe it. Again, a lot of these rain totals are, to be honest with you, going to be a little underdone, considering some of the heavier downpours that we were able to muster out yesterday. Temperatures across the region, again, clouds have kind of kept temperatures down. We were hoping to get to, what did I have for a high temperature today? I don't even know anymore. I had us at 70 for the day, 71 officially. I don't know if we're going to get there. It's going to depend on the cloud cover. I'm not sold on it. It's a possibility, though. And again, dew points starting to dry out a smidge. Cloud cover will start to thin out later tonight. Wind speeds have picked up a little bit out of the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour generally. I would expect those winds to pick up a tad tonight. In fact, Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 frontage road in Monroe. Youth ATVs, dirt bikes. Christmas season is upon us, folks. Go see Mike and the gang. They'll get you squared away. We have a kind of a reinforcing shot of cooler air. I don't know if you want to call it a cold front or kind of a reinforcing trough, whatever. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's not going to respond to you. Winds will be out of the north and northwest. 10 to 15 miles an hour along that boundary tonight as it punches through. And this boundary late tonight is what really brings the cooler air into the region as we set the stage for Wednesday and beyond. Most of us will probably see some 10 to 15 mile an hour sustained winds with higher gusts possible through the day on Wednesday. It'll be a breezy day, and then Thanksgiving Day looks generally fairly quiet. In fact, in the tumultuous pattern that we are finding ourselves in, Wednesday and Thursday are probably the best weather days that we could ask for this week. Another look at Futurecast shows temperatures. And again, that weak trough passes through tonight. Temperatures really fall off with the northerly winds. Clear skies through the day on Wednesday, with most of us probably spending most of the day in the 50s. We're back in the 30s for Thursday morning. And again, I want to throw this out there. If I save someone's turkey, then this is all successful. But again, morning lows Thursday morning will be in the mid to upper 30s. So if you are a turkey fryer or a turkey smoker, then first off, you should tell your turkey to quit. Anyway, if you smoke your turkey outside, you fry your turkey, again, cook times can be altered by the temperatures, the ambient temperature outside. So again, if you have especially an electric smoker and you're going to set that puppy at like 250 or something like that, smoke the turkey for several hours, that's cool, but the cool temperatures may actually kind of slow the rate that your turkey cooks. And I don't want somebody sitting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with a turkey that's still not done yet and everybody's hungry, ready to eat. Again, it's a public service. Maybe from somebody who has learned himself that is an issue. Hopefully it won't be an issue again this year. Winds will be out of the northeast, and we stay cool through the day on Thanksgiving Day. Janet, yeah, the weather was pretty rough yesterday. Heavy rainfall and the winds and the lightning. I think the lightning and the thunder was what really got a lot of folks. And it's also fair to say, and again, I disclose this oftentimes when we have systems like that move through, severe storms are not defined by thunder and lightning and heavy rainfall. They are defined by wind and hail. So you can get a lot of noisy, scary-sounding thunderstorms that are not severe by definition because they're not producing those wind gusts, they're not producing the hail. Doesn't mean they're not impactful, doesn't mean they can't be a headache, doesn't mean they can't impact travel, doesn't mean that it's not safe to be outside. You still need to get inside and all that stuff, but by severe definition, wind and hail, that's it. Winds are back out of the southeast as we go into Friday morning. I was expecting us to maybe stay close to freezing across southern Arkansas for Black Friday morning. It really depends on the winds because the winds will shift back to the southeast to start the day. And if they're strong enough early enough in the day, we may actually see a warming trend by daybreak. Still expecting generally mid-30s as we go into Friday morning. Cloud cover picks up as we go through the day Friday, and that should help to boost temperatures. How far we get into the 60s is a question mark, but I did tweak the forecast a tad just to allow for daytime highs to get a little bit warmer for Friday. Again, we're kind of splitting hairs at this point. Forecast is going to change a lot between now and then. Saturday morning, the rain moves back in, and it could hang around for a while. A look at the upper level pattern and what we really have across the region, and bear with me as I go full screen with me for a second because I meant to add something in here to this graphic. Always changing things on the fly. The good thing is I've gotten pretty fast at this stuff, so now it shouldn't take us too long. Okay, let me change two things. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, so now let's go back to this. See, now I can draw on it. That's important. So we're in the wake of this storm system that moved through the area yesterday. So we put things into motion as we go through Thanksgiving holiday and beyond. The strong northwesterly flow reinforces that cooler, drier air in the short term, so we enjoy that tonight. But note, as we go towards Saturday, we start getting this little southwesterly influence on the winds. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a very persistent upper-level southwesterly flow. And that's just going to grab all of the subtropical moisture and just keep transporting it. I call it the subtropical conveyor belt of moisture. So by Saturday, we have these weak disturbances aloft, but also this part of a broader trough of low pressure to the north. But our upper-level winds are out of the southwest. So we bring rain in on Saturday. It kind of punches through Saturday. Sunday is a little bit in flux. I think maybe we find some dry spots in the day on Saturday, but by Saturday night and Monday morning, the persistently southwesterly winds bring more moisture our direction, perhaps with another weak disturbance aloft, generating more rain perhaps through the day on Monday. And then kind of the main trough swings through the area middle parts of next week. The evolution of this storm system is still very much a question mark, meaning what happens in the upper levels of the atmosphere obviously translates down to the surface, and we don't necessarily know if this is a storm system that comes at us in 2 waves, 3 waves, one big, huge, soggy wave. Again, it just depends on how kind of the upper-level features evolve, what kind of disturbances we deal with during that stretch. The one takeaway I would say that we're looking at right now is it looks like temperatures are pretty cool during this stretch. So while there may be an opportunity for some thunderstorms and maybe some isolated severe weather at times, generally speaking, with the temperatures that we're looking at during this stretch, it's not overly supportive of severe weather. When you're talking about rain moving back in with temperatures generally in the 50s and 60s, again, you saw it last night. If you can't get that moisture-rich, warm, humid, unstable environment in place in some degree, it doesn't necessarily. I don't really foresee this being a severe weather concern, or at least that's not the main concern as we go into the weekend and early next week. It looks to just be rain. A cold rain or a chilly rain, cool rain. Rain totals, the blend of models generally has us in the 2 to 2.5 inch range through midday Tuesday. Pretty soggy, obviously. The official 7-day rainfall forecast is a skosh more aggressive, and it has most of our area aimed at about 3-inch totals. Again, when you're forecasting rain totals over a 7-day period, you paint with a pretty broad brush. So not everyone's going to see 3 inches of rain. Not everyone's going to see 4 inches of rain. But as the forecast gets more fine-tuned, we start getting a little bit more detailed on who's going to see what. It looks like it's going to be pretty soggy, though, this weekend and into early next week, and you'll see that in the 7-day forecast in just a minute. Daytime highs today, again, mid to upper 60s, low 70s if we're lucky. Depends on how the sunshine treats us as we go through the afternoon. Carmen says it's a beautiful day in northern Ashley County. Glad to hear it. Hopefully you guys get a little bit of late sunshine, because there was plenty of rain last night. Janie, basically rinse and repeat. For lack of a better term, yes. We do get some dry days, but I get the rinse and repeat. That's a fun pun. If you intended to do that, good for you. The winds are out of the west-southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, sky should clear a little bit tonight. We turn cooler with the clearing skies. Winds will be out of the northwest, and they could be a bit breezy at times through the day, through the nighttime hours tonight, maybe 10, 12 miles an hour as that cooler air punches in. Overnight lows should fall into the upper end of the 40s for most of us, maybe even the mid-40s across southern Arkansas. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Again, fall and winter season is upon us. If your home is not winterized yet, make sure that you get that squared away. Go see Matt and the guys, and they can help you out. Thanksgiving Day looks beautiful. Again, maybe a few clouds late in the day with afternoon highs in the upper 50s to near 60. Low 60s for Wednesday and Friday. So, again, travel days surrounding Thanksgiving are a thumbs up, but if you are traveling this weekend, you're going to have to keep an eye on the forecast in our immediate area. Not that, again, we're looking at severe weather, but it does look like it's going to be rainy. Saturday looks like showers, maybe a rumble of thunder from time to time for Small Business Saturday and some of the smaller scale shopping festivities that continue through the weekend. Rain chances Sunday, kind of a question mark. I've dropped them a little bit because I think we may find a gap in the rainfall. And then Monday, we're back in with more showers. Maybe a thunderstorm or two, but most of next week just looks cool. Again, highs struggle into the 60s I have us in mid-60s Saturday, Sunday, and I just don't know if we'll get there. A lot of areas with the rain may get hung up in the 50s. Morning lows, 40s and 50s for the most part. So it looks kind of gross, to be honest with you. Christian, do you see thunderstorms for the weekend? Yeah, I think there will be some rumbles of thunder from time to time. Also, by the way, it looks like the National Weather Service just confirmed an EF0 tornado in western Hinds County last night. So that storm that prompted the tornado warning just east of our area did produce a tornado. Joy says they got 2 inches of rain. Thankful for it. Looking forward to the cooler temperatures. Yeah, it's on the way. And I won't get into the specifics on it, but it looks even more and more likely that early to mid-December brings a pretty big chunk of cold air back into the region. Again, no specifics yet, but the 8 to 14-day pattern still kind of thumbs up on some even colder air arriving to the region. This is pretty seasonal. Thanksgiving in the big shopping weekend, I can't tell you how many times in the ArkLaMiss we've dealt with a very, very rainy Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving. How many times I remember Arkansas and LSU playing the day after Thanksgiving in Little Rock, and it was raining, and I went to those games frequently. So, again, this is pretty common. Be prepared for the rain. Give that rain somewhere to go. If you have a chance to clear the sticks and leaves and stuff out from the last couple of days, highly suggest you do so. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. And a reminder that the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, is a digital weather platform serving 33 parishes and counties across northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi. It is made possible 100% free to you by the local businesses that you see there on your screen. Your role in this is pretty simple. Just follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Share the content when you deem it necessary. Support our local business partners when you can, if you can. And download the app. Upload pictures if you so choose. And again, if you're a local business interested in partnering with us, you can email me at jared@digitalweatherdesk.com. That does it. Almost lunchtime. Go enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Hopefully a nap or maybe a shower's in my future. Maybe a shave. I just feel gross. I've been sitting in this chair too much for the last day and a half. Live stream a little bit later tonight, or later this evening. Fishing game later tonight. And, of course, we'll keep tabs on things as we go through some busy travel days. 3.5 inches of rain at Well Road yesterday. I believe that as well. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll check in with you in a couple of hours. Have a great day, everybody.